third party from behind. It may be tunnel visioning on the opponent that was in front of him, just losing track of the fact that somebody else was watching. There are other players there.
He's going to chug jug for 50.
For those little towers.
He's playing for having as much health as possible for the next
fight.
Smart. Going to chug jug here for the extra 50 shield, as there's a ton of fights going on around him. That was Boyer who just cut down Cease. You got Lanane from Envy down there in the river. Does Aydan continue this aggressive play? Looks like he will. He wants this right away, Lupo.
Tyler's even analyzed it earlier in the interview.
And ask her much more from your shotgun. Right there as we head back to the action near Tilted. Looks like Aydan's trying to build on up and match his opponent. Boyer, I think, has slipped on out of that lower box. He will have to move quite far for this next
players left.
zone. This end game really near zero areas of interest. You see kind of in the river, and how awkward is this? It's two cliffs and a low valley.
Look at how dense this circle is. This rotation is going to cut a lot of players out.
There's 49 players left. 49.
This is the most we've seen, I guarantee you, at this circle. 53 seconds and people have to move. And this is potentially a time for Aydan to shine. He might be on the outside of the circle, Jack, but you have an option here to not worry about placement, go for 2 more eliminations. And
sixth game, it can't be stressed enough. We will be playing 7 today. After game 4's shenanigans. As we continue to see exactly how this will play out. Jay Cuddy.
7th game cut. You look at it kind of like a bonus game, and with that bonus game comes still the $25,000 for a victory royale in that. Just as much as every other match. Now here we go, the start of the engagement. Aydan sitting on a 138 right now. He does have a.
He's got C4, dude. That C4 is gonna kill Nick.
Almost getting max value out of it. And Feed Flower getting an elimination on Jumpman, but Nick Mercs, both of them basically at the same HP, same shield right now. You have to remember that slurp is slowly ticking, which means Aydan's going to end up at max HP and shield here in just a second. Nick Mercs going to be at a 50 shield deficit.
Dude, Nick just needs to crouch and walk away.
Yeah, especially with the loadout that Nick has. You're going to see that pump shotgun, an immediate swap to the blue drum.
And Nick knows exactly where he is in the build, and he's going to stop and just listen. Tags for 20-something. Aydan should still have the HP advantage, and there's the trap. Can't hit the second pump shot, but gets tagged from down low. The remote explosives, though, and Aydan! Aydan again! It's Aydan's towers now.
It might be time for Nick to choose a different drop location. Oh my gosh.
Built to towers. We've got to look back at that to begin. Look at this ramp to block the rocket, the quick follow-up, and there it is. The player, I think, tried to port-a-fort, but unfortunately landed above him. And then Aydan, once he got to full HP, said, you know what, I know exactly where Nick Mercs will be, and I'm going to go for it right off the bat. Nick only able to tag him for 7. The crowd definitely made some noise there, as he didn't stop at all. He continues to hold forward. He wants to bring the fights to his opponents and get right in their face.
That's multiple
he just shoves it, dude.
From Aydan, taking advantage of every little bit of cover he could. Catches another player off guard as they rotate in through a building. You saw they went for the defensive build too to block him out, but it wasn't enough. The 72 damage crit, it'll almost jar players. That amount of damage.
That's how he died?
It's the same effect as maybe getting hit by a hunting rifle shot or a sniper.
I respect that though, dude.
You get frazzled very quickly, and you'll see players build defensively, and sometimes it's not enough, especially when you have accuracy like that.
Oh, for sure. And that's just the look at some of Aydan's plays. There's obviously so many other players out there. Coyote had, I believe, eliminated Chap, then went on to take down Replays as well. So 2 bigger names. This was the battle versus Chap that we followed for quite a little bit. It was the one window edit that drops Chap on in. Come on, my friend, and Chap was not ready for it at all. No, there's no way.
Close. Aydan, tilted towers. Not surprising, which means Nick Mercs.
Oh my God.
1v1 round 2.
This is going to happen.
Aydan's going to win it.
Aydan, each time he's fought Nick so far, has been at max HP. He continues to put himself in great positions to have the advantage. Nick now waiting, listening, knowing it's got to be Aydan nearby. These guys know what skins they wear. They know the routes they like to take. You think whoever wins this fight will claim Tilted Towers for this game. When Nick hears that chest open, he knows exactly where Aydan is. Here comes the engagement again. So far, Aydan eliminated Nick back in game 1, and Nick looking for vengeance right now, trying to spray on down with the element. SMG. Aydan building walls. Nick in the engagement. The tag. The shield's now gone for Aydan. Nick with the advantage up to this point. He's got to push the agenda here. The crowd getting behind Nick Mercs. You hear the chant going out of the background. Nick has matched the build. Aydan with the high ground. Nick 132 HP. I believe Aydan has just a little bit less. But as I say that, you see Nick with a little bit of a grimace there as he gets tagged for 60. The 1v1. The quick block there. The battle of the century. Two of the best controller players in the world going at it. Aydan down to 2 health. He's going to have to big shield here. Nick wants this fight. I can tell you he wants to tie this 1v1 battle up at 1-1. Aydan now on the high ground of the building. Nick, I believe, is disengaging for the moment. I'm sure he heard that big shield, Lupo, and that might have been enough to scare him off. What comes to the chest to slurp as the crowd knows just how good that'll be. That'll put him up to 77 HP.
Yeah, Nick's out.
As Nick just disengaged. They'll both live to see another day. Oh my goodness, Lupo.
Players of this caliber,
big shield.
are you kidding me? Players of this caliber trading shots
Bro,
like this, disengaging.
That's so lucky, man.
I guarantee you, before this circle closes, the next time, they will end up having to fight each other again. Round 3 almost, and Aydan's going to drop on the outside. These drop downs, placing the floor to stop himself from taking any fall damage. He's going to end up 176, 177 HP total here.
I feel like this crowd is fine with just a $1.5 million Nick Mercs and Aydan only until the tournament.
1v1
I'm all
all
for
day.
it. As they're both going to go ahead, reset. They're the only two here, I think.
You have a couple
There's a
players
couple people now
on the
entering.
outside.
But that's why they're just like, there's so much loot still on the map that they know, oh, this hasn't been touched, this hasn't been touched.
A single point. Aydan.
Dude, Nick hasn't found any shield.
Round 3.
Round 3.
Nick Mercs versus Aydan, 2 controller titans hanging out in tilted towers.
Here's the thing, though. Nick has no shields. He basically needs Aydan to walk on into the double barrel and say hello. He's waiting. They are 1 pixel away. Aydan charges.
No!
Aydan again at 20 HP. And this crowd erupts again.
Look at the loot next to him, too. He already has a rip to go, a second rip to go on the ground, and the bait to swap there.
If Nick has any shields or if Aydan doesn't have 200 health, you gotta think it's done. And look at Nick realizes just how close he was. Aydan chant going out. There was a Nick Mercs chant. This is the battle of everything right now in these early games.
He hit it!
He got it! I think it was a headshot. I don't know if he got the elim. We're checking out Aydan right now. We'll update you guys there on that last fight. Aydan now in tilted getting pushed. Not sure who he's battling right now.
Landjack on the feet, our winner from game 1, gets elimination as well.
That was against Fly Crunch.
Crunch, who has been landing here consistently as well. It's time for a little top down. It's going to go for the shot.
Dude!
Lasers Crunch on the
Aydan
rotation out.
does
his first
not
elimination here until the
miss.
not done yet. You know there's more.
He just hit like 5 headshots.
This area now, so he can take his time if he's not going to get too aggressive push. Nick Mercs, is this a Nick Mercs versus Aydan in this stairwell yet again?
I don't know. Aydan, the last we saw was at Tacos. Nick, 200 HP, gets tagged. This 38 right there. Wondering if he'll pop this slurp. The way that the ramps are being used right now, I'm assuming it is Aydan, because Aydan uses them in the same way as kind of a layered defense that quickly edits them. It's not Aydan this time.
Who's been landing here consistently as well. Illchase, actually, I think this is the first time he's come to Tilted. He landed, I believe, Greasy or Salty last game.
Yeah. There's 4 players nearby right here. Aydan's in new building. There's 2 right next to Nick. Oh, that grenade blows up the cover. Nick hears the big tags. We won't push it as of yet. You look at the elim feed, Poach with an elimination. Nick, the quick shots. There's 1 elim for Nick, still at full HP as the crowd gets behind him. Absolutely a fan favorite. Here in the Fortnite Summer Skirmish, as the Nick Mercs chant begins, Aydan and Nick Mercs are again.
It's happening! It's happening!
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm taking a shot if Aydan gets a kill.
Round 3. The first 2 games, Aydan eliminated Nick Mercs. Can Nick get vengeance here as Aydan's actually going to fall back?
Nations, 1 more means a point. Back in Tilted, Courage. These guys, they're gonna go after each other here. They have to. There's no way. There we go.
There it is again. I mean, this is what it's all about, folks. Nick versus Aydan. Aydan 2, Nick 0 so far in the fights. I know Nick has family here watching. A lot of people this weekend wanting to see how he can perform. This is probably Nick has had such a long competitive history in esports. This is probably the biggest tournament he's ever been in, and here it is. The battle again. We've seen this before. Here it goes. Round number 3. Aydan peeking the corner. It's Nick building the ramps. Aydan getting the wall in front, just to trying to make sure he's covered and can have some quick edits on out. There's another close ramp. Expect a quick rotation on it. He's going to
the footsteps. He knows Nick rotated up top.
Yeah. Nick's got the high ground now, and I think
guys, since we're nearly at the end of the
building,
video,
there is still Ecstatic just standing still in the big gray building.
If you don't move, they can't hear you, Jack.
Both these players so healthy in this fight. The last time we saw Aydan versus Nick, it was Nick with only 100 HP. I believe there's a slight health advantage for Aydan at the moment. Probably about 10 HP difference.
I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous.
But Nick is back in big gray where there is still Ecstatic hiding behind one of these doors.
You notice he hasn't even moved. He's barely turning and not even really weapon swapping. I think Ecstatic at this point knows that both Nick and Aydan are here. He's waiting for this fight to play out. And Nick, you see, he's looking around the corner. He's watching and saw the rotation. He's going to try and get a top-down surprise here. Maybe drop in the shotgun coming out. Shotgun and then swap to the dualies. You can hear him moving around underneath. The audio tracking these players. It's just...
Ecstatic is close by Nick right now. He's like right behind one of these walls.
And the rotation out, it looks like...
just ran on out. Wait, this was Nick Merckx. Low on HP. In a little bit of a fight. How does it end
those
here?
dualies. What?
Nick. Bartology is in the back right corner there. I believe that's the taco building.
3 gray pistols.
And a
Nick
green.
has 4 pistols right now on the ground. Did he just miss a shotgun?
No, he left the pistol behind. In the corner there might have been a shotgun. He rotated past it pretty quickly. Going for the chest, though.
Oh, no.
Not bad, but he doesn't have a close-up weapon at the same time.
No, Nick's got to keep just disengaging until he finds a better weapon. There you go.
There we go.
He's got something now. Oh, there's a blue pump right there, too. So he'll get the max.
I don't understand why they don't farm up.
Slurp. People still nearby.